Okay, here we go. All right. Well, um, thank you for taking your time to talk about the Vineyards and Valleys of Portugal singles cruise. I'm excited to be here. I'll be your concierge throughout the tour or the cruise, and um, we you may have noticed that we have changed our branding just a little bit from when you've traveled with us in the past. If you go to our website, it looks very different in terms of the look of it, and the documents that were sent to you, you may have noticed are a little bit different. So that's something that Tammy has taken on to do a change of our branding um, to be a little bit a little nicer and a little bit more luxurious branding look. And so moving forward, you're going to see the website look as it does more as it does now, and the documents to come a little bit differently. One of the goals is to become a little bit more digital, a little less paper. So you'll have seen a whole documents packet that's now digital versus a PDF file. So that's new, something new. And um, you should have received, did everybody receive the email with the link to those final documents and itinerary? Did anybody not receive it? Okay. Um, so um, I'm going to bring up my final documents so that we can kind of go through them together and you can get a look at them on my screen because they do look different than what you've been used to, I'm sure. We're all kind of still learning the new the new look here. So let's see. Um, well, okay. I had it up and now it's disappeared. So, nope, that's the wrong one. Okay, bear with me just a moment. Nope, that's not it either. Um, Okay, here we go. Okay, so this should look familiar to you, correct? Okay. Let me go back to the beginning. Okay, so here's the front page for it, and we'll just kind of go um, through this information. And if you would be willing to add my cell phone number, which is there's listed in here a couple of times to your phone. I do have WhatsApp, and we will be using WhatsApp throughout the cruise to stay in contact, share changing information and updates. As a lot of the timing has not been released yet by Avalon um, for the excursions, and there's still some things that they have not released quite yet. So this is a way that we can stay in contact. And my cell phone number is 715-309-9620. It's listed a couple of times throughout this document regarding um, regarding the concierge. I can repeat that again if you still need it, but 715-309-9620. Okay. If you have any questions about the cruise leading up, any real specific things leading up to the cruise departing, I recommend getting in touch with the office. They will be a much quicker response than I can be on the tour that I'm currently on. And Kimberly and company have um, just a lot of the ability to get back to you much quicker with your and get into your account. So when you open this new document that we have, there is a table of contents here. And one thing that's really nice about this layout is that you can click on any one of these items and it'll take you directly to that page. So you don't have to scroll forever if you don't want to. So it's a little bit more user-friendly that way. Or if you see on the screen here, there's an arrow that it goes either way. So you can click page to page if you want to just flip through all the pages. But again, you can click on the content list here and it'll take you directly to that area that you want to look at. But we'll go through it not completely page by page, but some of the important information along the way here. So this is just an overview of the info. My phone number is listed here on this page under the cruise from Lisbon to Porto heading. And then there's a checklist here of things to double check just to make sure that we have at the office. So making sure that your passport is valid. You don't need to apply for this ETA. It's not necessary for this trip. Making sure you have your travel insurance certificate if you purchased it. Checking in for your cruise on the My Avalon cruise site and printing your e-documents from Avalon. And the app for your phone is also up and running. They're slowly adding information as we get closer to the trip here, but Avalon Go app is a way also to stay connected to the cruise. And then we just talked about installing WhatsApp onto your phone if you don't have it, and please send a message to me with your name in the subject or in the message area so that I know who's sending me the message, and I will add you to the group that we have if you haven't already done so. And then of course this is our meet and greet for the trip that you can check that one off the list right now. And this goes through just the requirements, talks about the passport and needing to be valid 6 months after your return. So double check that date, and travel insurance that you still have time to set up if you haven't already, just by contacting the office. And by the way, if you have questions throughout this chat, please just jot them down and we'll leave a spot for them right at the end so that we can make sure that they're all covered. And I'll make notes if there's something that I don't know that I need to check on that I can get back to us about. This page goes on to talk about WhatsApp, but you can go through the website on My Avalon to check in already. That's available to us now. There is the pre-health screening instructions that we'll have to fill out a health and safety waiver. And if you've not done so already, you can sign up for your shore excursions. I do have a list of who has signed up for them so far, but there is still time to do so. Some of them do have limited numbers that are of what's available, and some are an extra cost, but they do have those all listed. If you go to the Avalon webpage and you sign in, it'll bring you to a page similar to this. This is mine, but there is a spot to purchase excursions. And even if there's no cost to them, you can click purchase excursions and sign up for them. And then if you look at manage excursions, it'll show you what you have already signed up for. So that's available throughout the cruise, but you can sign up for what you would like to in advance. And then it will require a reservation number to log in, which is listed on your e-documents that were sent to you, or there's a video link listed here from Singles Travel International where you can find that information from them and from Avalon. So the travel day contact, if you need assistance on the day that you're flying, please call Singles Travel International. I will also be probably in travels for some of that time too, so I won't be available, but they can help you directly. And if your flight is delayed, send me a message as soon as possible so that I'm aware and can be prepared for your arrival, even though it's gotten delayed. I will be arriving in Lisbon a day in advance of on the 12th. So we can help just figure out and plan for your arrival as things unfold with that delay, but to let me know would be helpful. And of course, there's instructions on here. Many of you are well traveled and have traveled with us before, so this is old hat, but instructions on how to handle those delays are listed here. If you've made your own arrangements then for flights, then you would have the responsibility of getting yourself to the airport. If you're flying in earlier, I know some people are flying in early, you're also responsible to get yourself to the hotel, or to the hotel, excuse me, I think I said airport, but to the hotel. And but just keep me updated if you're delayed. Baggage all depends on who you're flying with, and many of you have credit cards and frequent flyer situations that so that's all individual on how we're paying for luggage. A lot of international travel still is not requiring an extra pay or an extra fee, but just be aware that there could be a fee depending on your flight's arrangements. And when you arrive at the airport and you get your luggage, please double check your luggage immediately for any sort of damage. We can claim that right at the airport and get the paperwork to get some compensation from that. And if it's lost, if you have travel insurance, double check your policy. Many of them have a lost luggage stipend to help you get through the first few days. So this is the list of all the travelers. Many of you are on this call and you know each other, so that's fantastic. But you can see my picture and the list of names and where people are from here. This is our information about arriving to Lisbon. So I encourage you to double check that and compare it to your schedules that you have to make sure that the information is correct, because this is the information that I have to know when to expect you and what's been given to the hotel as well. So when you get a moment, just double check. If there's anything that's incorrect here, please make sure to let our office know so that we can make sure we get that correct. If you're making your own transportation plans and you are getting to the hotel on your own, there are taxis that are available at baggage claim as you exit, and there's the cost is right now is approximately 15 euros from the airport to our hotel. And of course, with Uber, there is Uber and Lyft if you prefer that, but 15 euros to the hotel. Most of them take a credit card. You certainly are welcome to grab cash and pay with cash if you prefer to do so. You can go to your your bank to get to exchange cash in advance if you would like. You can also make sure that your banks know that you might be using an ATM card. You can pull out money out of an ATM once you arrive at the airport as well. You can exchange at the airport. Exchange rates tend to be a little bit higher at the airport, but that is an option also. Okay, so when we arrive in Portugal, into Lisbon, this is our hotel, the Tivoli Avenida Liberdade Lisboa. That's the name of our hotel with the address that's listed here. We have 3 nights accommodation included in this package to do some sightseeing, and they'll also transport us to the ship on the 16th. So I will be there awaiting your arrival, and this first. The way that this new layout is that it talks about the pre-cruise itinerary, and then there's going to be some info, some worded info, and then it talks about the cruise itself. So they're kind of separate. So upon arrival, you'll have your transfer to the hotel if you booked and are not coming in early. If you're coming in on the 13th, there will be transport that will be waiting for you with signs at the airport, and I will be waiting for you at the hotel. I'm going to have a hospitality desk from 4 to 5 p.m. And then we'll have a group meet and greet at the rooftop bar at our hotel before we go to dinner. I'm going to make a reservation or two at some local restaurants that we'll walk to. I don't have those finalized quite yet, but I'll have them ready when we get to Lisbon. And then the next couple of days, these are excursions that are available through the cruise that you can sign up for. Again, a couple of these have extra costs to them. For example, the 1 p.m. The Bites and Highlights of Lisbon, it has an extra cost to it. Also, the evening one. We haven't received all the times from the cruise yet, but these are some of the times that we have gotten. To expect that classic excursion to be at 8:30 a.m. and the afternoon discovery excursion at 1 p.m. So then we're going to have a Singles Travel International happy hour as we always do at 5 p.m. and we'll do it again at the Sky Bar. And then I'll have some other meal options together for that evening. If you are not doing the Fado House experience, that one does have music and food included. So if you're not going to go on that, I'll have some other options available for you. And then on the 15th, we have the classic excursion many of us are going on in the early afternoon. And then, for some reason, we'll still plan on doing a happy hour. I'm going to double check why that looks like that. So let me make a note. But I'll update that and you'll have those updates. Okay. And then the morning of July 16th, we depart in the morning and we check out and we'll bring our own luggage down. And then we have included in our transfer, we'll have sightseeing along the way to the ship. So this is the info from Avalon's estimates 8 hours. It's an all-day event, and then we go check in to the ship. And then we start our cruise experience. There is a welcome meeting at 5:30. I'm going to skip ahead here, but this welcome reception, it's actually at 5:30. I need to change that. A welcome reception, welcome aboard from a welcome meeting, and then we'll have our dinner and our happy hour. But coming back here to the cruise experience, this just goes through. They'll ask you for a credit card to set up your onboard charge account, and anything that you purchase on board the cruise can be applied to that account. They do charge in US dollars. So you won't have to do the conversions from euros to US dollars. But we do recommend having some cash with you. Singles Travel International recommends $300 to $500 of euros for spending money throughout the trip. You can tip crew, or if you're some of your local guides, or if you're purchasing anything off the ship, then you'll have some cash with you to do so. But if you're buying anything again on the ship, that can just go on your onboard ship account and they'll charge your credit card. I will be communicating through WhatsApp. We will have Wi-Fi throughout our time on the ship, and so WhatsApp uses Wi-Fi, and I'll be updating you on any time changes that happen, what time, we're going to meet for breakfast. We plan on 7 a.m., but if that changes for some reason, then we'll update you on that, and any other things. It's just a chat group that we can have between us, to keep in contact throughout our time. It's a small ship, so we'll see each other quite often, but should you need to get a hold of me, WhatsApp is a great way to do it. But staying in communication with each other, we'll be using WhatsApp. So I already mentioned shore excursions. You can still have time to sign up for those. That's no problem. And then I will be hosting breakfast and dinner together if you so choose. We aren't able to reserve tables on this cruise. So if you want to eat with our Singles Travel International group, I'll send you the time. I'll update you the times if they change, but typically it's 7:00 p.m. But if you want to come to a later time, you certainly can, and you'll just get seated with other people from our ship. Dietary requests. I have not heard of any dietary requests. So if you have some, please send me a WhatsApp message just outlining what those dietary requests are so that I can make sure to talk to the ship about it. And we'll try to accommodate those as best possible. As noted here, the ship is not able to always accommodate, but we absolutely try. And then we have 2 theme nights that'll be happening on the cruise. We have our 50 Shades of Red in honor of the port wine area that we are cruising through. And then we're going to have White Night also on the cruise. And those are listed in the itinerary. And just know that the electrical current is different, so you'll need an adapter for European plugs on the cruise ship. You may need a converter. If a lot of appliances like if you're bringing your own hair dryers and razors, curling irons, a lot of them come with those converters in them already. However, some, if they're older, may not have them. So double check your appliance to see if it has anything or see if you'll need a separate converter for the voltage. And then the rest of the itinerary just goes through our time on the ship. And our farewell, we will have time with our cruise director, then they'll talk us through the farewell and how we disembark from the cruise. So we'll get that information to you once we're on the ship, but you will be placing your bags outside your door, outside your cabin door, and you'll get tags for those so that they know when's the right time for your disembarkation. And then we'll check out and make sure you set up final bill. And then we have our transfer info. We do have transfers. Some of you are going straight to the airport. Some will be going to the hotel for the post-trip night, post-cruise night, I should say. And then some of you are staying later, as you mentioned. So then we have our transfers and our airport departures there. And again, we'll be updating a lot of this as we're on the trip. Here's our hotel information for the Hilton in Porto. And really, we'll be eating dinner together there and having a happy hour as we do. And then most people are flying out on the 24th. So these are packing tips, and I can let you read most of those. Keeping anything that you may need in your carry-on in case your luggage gets lost in terms of medications, maybe an extra set of clothing. And we're going at a great time, great weather in the 70s to 80s throughout our time. This is the whole list. It's been on our website as well of everything that's included on the trip. And yes, Sharon, let me, I haven't unmuted you yet.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Yes.
Yes, I have several. First of all, I got in late, so I don't know your name. What is your name, ma'am?
My name is Tara Smith.
Tara, because the whole time it says Tammy Weiler, and I know you're
Yeah.
not Tammy.
Yeah, she's
Tara, what is your last name again?
Smith.
Smith. Now, Tara, what does ETA Avalon mean? I don't know what that means. You said you should send the ETA to Avalon. What does that mean? I send it to you guys what time I'm arriving. You mentioned you should put down your ETA to Avalon, so I don't know what that means.
I didn't realize it. I don't know what I said there.
All right,
Oh,
next.
ETA. Well, if your flight gets delayed, then I would need to know your ETA to the airport or to the
But
hotel.
I don't need to contact Avalon anymore, right?
No, because
You're handling it. And you mentioned the dinner. The first dinner is on you guys, or we have to pay for it
no,
ourselves?
it's at your own expense. That is
Okay,
listed here I do have those details listed just so you have a reference, but if you choose to go to dinner with the group arrangements, it would be at your own expense.
perfect. And what is the white night? Do we have to dress in white?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
bring a dress in
Yeah.
white.
White
Okay.
Knight is a white outfit, and 50 Shades of Red is a shade of red. Yeah.
So then I should bring a red dress as well as a white dress. Okay.
Both. We have two different, if you choose to participate, two different theme nights for just for our little group. A red
Will
night.
you accept orange if I don't have a red dress?
Well, we'll allow you in.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And that's probably most of my question. I didn't get your name, so now I can
I
add you to my
apologize.
WhatsApp.
Okay, I
Yeah,
apologize.
Tara.
Tara
Thank
Smith.
you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And also one more question. What is the best thing to do for Euro? Should I just come and get from the ATM in Europe or the airport or ask my bank for it
Really,
here?
really it depends on your comfortability. So if you prefer just to have those euros in hand before you leave home, I would go to your bank. I
Otherwise,
I tend to use an ATM card and
that's what I do. Okay.
just let your
Thank you.
just let your bank know that you're going to be using it
Okay, I will.
internationally.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm done.
Okay.
So whoever would like to ask you a question, I would appreciate hearing it. I hope you don't. Yeah, I can hear it anyway. Right. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay, Christine, yes. Well, let's unmute you. Um, okay, I think you have to. There you are.
Okay, I'm getting in at 10:45 in the morning, and from reading the material, I can't actually check in until 3.
Mhm.
So do I just kind of wander around Lisbon, and can I leave my luggage there?
Yes, you can leave your,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Your transfer is included, I think, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. So, they will transport you to the hotel. They'll get, if your room is ready, if there's a chance that it's ready, then they'll check you in. Otherwise, they can store luggage, and there are restaurants open for lunch. Probably you're going to be tired, because it's a little bit of a journey there, but you can wander around, or we'll have suggestions for you once you get there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, and we're only supposed to bring one piece of a large piece of luggage and not a normal carry-on, right? A small something or other. like a backpack or?
Well, that's what I would recommend. But because the airlines will allow a regular small rolling carry-on, but if you can, it all depends on what you feel like you can handle and want to carry with you. Because we still have to transfer to the ship and then whatever is on the ship. So, we'll have to store those on the ship in our rooms.
Yeah.
Ship rooms tend to be a bit small just by nature of being on a boat. So, you can bring a carry-on size with you if you'd like. It's really at your discretion.
Okay. So I don't have to travel with it in my lap though, right?
No, I'll say that the only difficulty is if we have a full size, a full vehicle that's transporting well, to bring what you got to bring.
Okay, that
Bring
works.
what you got to
Thank
bring.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I'm done.
Okay. Dana, Karen, Kathy, any other additional questions? Renee? Louise?
No, I'm good. Thank you, Tara.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you and I look forward to seeing you in just a couple of weeks here.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Actually, Tara,
Yes.
can I ask
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
you,
Bye.
Tara,
Yeah, Dana.
the excursions, so we signed up on the website?
Yeah, on the Avalon website.
Okay, I wasn't aware, and we have to sign up for the ones that are included as well? You
Yes.
don't just,
Yes,
Okay.
because almost all of the excursions are included, except for a few that have a cost. Most of them don't have an extra fee.
okay.
So on a couple of days, there are like 2 morning ones to choose from that are both included. It's just up to you which one you would prefer to do.
Be nice to know what everybody else was doing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there probably is opportunity to switch around too once we get on the cruise or once we're all together. But there's the first few days when we're at the hotel, we're all pretty much doing all those except, well, unless people opted out that they didn't want to do them. So,
And I would suggest we could discuss in chat which ones you're doing or which
Sure.
ones you want to know about, because I didn't get to do things on a riverboat because they got full. And
Karen,
there's
did
like
you
a
already
few
sign up? Did you already sign up for yours?
I have.
me, yeah, I did.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
I
I haven't
signed
done
up.
it yet. I'm going to do it this afternoon.
okay, let me go back to this page,
And
Dana. So when you sign in to Avalon, you'll have this whole left side here of options. So where it says My Excursions, when I click on that, it brings me to this page or it's going to log me out. Let's see if I can. Okay. All right. One moment while I try to get back in there.
I noticed when I put the app on my phone the other day for one that there was nothing that really there yet.
Yeah,
Tara, you may want to turn off the recording.
okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, okay. Thank you, everybody. We'll just